Today is Sunday, November 1st. So it was exactly 1 year ago today that we officially started this channel. We started uploading regularly, weekly. It's just so crazy. The testimony that what God has done in this channel and through this channel. Today it has grown so much more than I could have imagined. But in honor of it being the 1 year anniversary, I wanted to kind of share the story behind it and just all what went into it, what happened and all of it. So hope you enjoy it. So this story began way back in 2018. I was a senior in high school. 2018 was the year that the Lord gave me this vision to develop this online ministry for the remnant of youth group. I'll say this, it was the right vision. It was not the right timing. This is like the first big vision that the Lord kind of given me, and I was so excited. I was like, oh my gosh, that sounds like a great idea. Let's just go ahead and do it. And I got a little ahead of myself. The youth group had no equipment of its own, and I was borrowing a lot of it from my school's photography program. I was just bringing the equipment. I was scheduling people like Scott and some of the younger students who were teaching at the time. I was like, guys, come, let's record stuff. Let's just do stuff. Let's create, 2-minute messages and this and that. Let's just do it, right? And so starting out, like we met on like 1 day a week, and we just started doing these things. But very quickly, very quickly, I got burnt out very quickly. I was an intern at the church, but doing the YouTube was not in the job description. There was not hours provided for that. It was all just voluntary work. And so on top of being a full-time student and a bunch of other stuff that was going on, this just did not work. It tanked fast. Fast forward to the next year, in early January, February, March, it was still on my heart. It was on my mind. I was like, it was one of those things like, I would see Scott like, dude, how cool would it be if we did this? Like, how awesome would it be? Like, I think it would minister to students. Like, it would be fun. Like, I think we should do this. And it was something that we constantly talked about, but never actually got to quite yet. But I think it was around July, August-ish. That's when things started starting to happen. I started talking with Scott again. I was like, hey, like, what is the possibility we can do this? And that's when the plan started being laid out. What can we do to kind of make this happen? And that's when the Lord just really started moving. He really started providing things. He started opening doors. I was like, oh, like, the finances were there. There's money showing up in a miraculous way. And that allowed us to buy our first camera. But also at that same time, like what my initial vision was I wanted to create, like fun, what they call vlogs, as we all know, and like the fun things we do, the events we go to, just capturing what youth group is in a sense of outside of, it's more than just going to church. It's a community, it's fellowship, it's fun at this age where, we have fun. Like I wanted to share the love that I had for youth group and the experience that I had. I wanted to share that with other people. But along that, I wanted to also create content that was in like a podcast studio type setting. And so to do that, we needed a studio. We needed a place to kind of do this, to set up lights, to set up, tripods and mics and stuff like that. And after going and talking to Troy and kind of figuring some stuff out, I had a room set on my eyes. I had a room I really, really wanted. I remember after a Wednesday service, I came into the room by myself. It wasn't anything yet. It was just a room set up with couches, and it was just this default space. And I sat down on the couch and I looked at it and I saw exactly where where everything would go and what we would do, the paint colors. I had it all. And I remember just sitting there and praying and asking the Lord for the space. I was like, Lord, if it'd be possible, can I have this? And eventually, we did get it. We got, we shared the space. We had the corner of it. What I'm actually sitting in right now is the initial corner. Everything just started coming together. Long story short, everything started to come together, and God was starting to lay out the foundations of all of this. Come August and September, October-ish, that's when we really started, just me and Scott, we started filming anything and everything. During that time, the content necessarily wasn't great, but it was building that muscle to start recording, how to talk to a camera, learning how to interact, what our style would be, what works, what didn't work. Come November, yeah, coming up to November, I was like, all right, we're gonna set this date, we're gonna stick to it, we're gonna start. So November 1st of 2019, we posted our first video. It was a trailer I made of just footage that we had accumulated from camps and other events that we did, all these things that we were kind of prepping for. I just kind of threw it into like a little trailer. I really just wanted to get people excited for it. November 1st came out. And I believe, I don't remember how many I got at the time. I think it got like between like 20 and 30 views. And I was like, what? That was crazy. After that, we just started faithfully recording, editing, and producing, 2 videos a week. We posted on Mondays podcast, and Fridays we called it, we don't really know what to call it. Right now we call it our Friday upload, but there was like talks of like Friday fun, fructose corns, I don't even know. Just the Friday videos were gonna be like the vlogs, and then Mondays were gonna be like the podcast where we talked about different, Bible stuff, spiritual things, topics, and whatnot. We started recording everything, just anything and everything. We started recording it, editing it, putting it out. By December, the channel was established. The platform was known. The youth group knew about it. It was on social media. Like, the platform was there, and that was super important because come March is when we really started hearing about all of COVID-19 stuff. Then, soon after that, March 14th, it was the 13th and 14th, I was with a group of junior high boys, and we were filming 24 hours in a church challenge. It was an all-nighter. We had reached about 20 hours. I had been up for 30 some odd hours already. I felt awful. I felt trashed. And we were just getting some breakfast burritos early. I think it was like lunch-ish. And then I got a call from Scott. Basically, in a nutshell, it was like, the church is closing its doors. It was a Saturday. We're not having church in person tonight because of COVID. And I need you to send the boys home, and we need to prep because we're gonna record service and premiere it on YouTube tonight. I was like, sheesh. I was like, that's a lot. We had never done that before. So long story short, boys went home. We recorded worship and Jason's teaching, and then we edited it crazy, uploaded it, sent it, like, whoa, right? And that was the beginning of where our online ministry really started to grow. Yeah, and then during quarantine, we were producing videos Wednesdays and Saturdays along with Mondays. Oh my gosh, I'm getting flashbacks right now to everything that we did. So we were pumping out about 4 videos a week, sometimes more. Goodness gracious. Like, during that time, like, things really progressed, things really grew. Like, the studio got more upgrades. A lot of positive things really came out of quarantine. The Lord's timing is perfect. Like, it is always, always perfect. He orchestrated this entire thing to perfectly be ready for COVID. If you think about it, I said that our channel was developed and established by late December, early January. That's when we really knew about it. So when the doors shut, we were ready to go. Like, everything was ready. We were a little caught off guard, but like, honestly, like, the platform was established. We pumped it out, and we were able to continue ministry even though our doors were shut and we weren't meeting anymore. And that in itself, like, looking back at that was like, it just gives me chills thinking about it. Like, God orchestrated that. There's no doubt. That's not a coincidence that we established an online platform right before a pandemic. Like, that's just so cool to me. Once we got into it, like, towards the back end of it, we got it down. Like, we got it figured out. And then we even developed like our worship videos and stuff like that. So we were posting almost every single day. We were uploading almost every single day. It was only by God that we were able to do that. Like, it was just crazy. It was crazy. That was super awesome. So coming out of the pandemic, like, our channel had grown so much. I felt the Lord really speaking to me to start developing students, to start, teaching kids what I've learned, how to work a camera, how to plug in a mic, where to put the lights. Then yeah, this year, September, October-ish, that's when I came up with what's called Remnant Creative. I'm sharing this because this is kind of leading up to where we're at so far. And I really think like this is the next step. Right now, in the season that we're at, seeing what's happened, God has done so much. He's worked through so many lives. I've heard crazy testimonies of, there's kids all over that are watching our channel that are a part of our youth group that don't actually come to our services. And I've had a few people reach out from Australia and Canada who follow our channel. I'm just like, that is so cool. Like, we have this huge body of youth just like scattered everywhere, and it's just so cool. Like, it has blown like everything that's happened in just a single year. I never expected anything of this to happen. I never expected this to grow so much. The Lord has been so faithful. God has been amazing to constantly show up, constantly provide, constantly be there. For right now, or this season of ministry that we're in, I'm just incredibly excited for what God's gonna do. To see what he's done in the past year, which, by the way, a year ago today, we had 97 subscribers. Like, that's what we started with, you know? It's pretty good. 97 is pretty good. At this moment, November 1st, we have 505 subscribers. That's insane. That is crazy. And it's only because of God. Nope, not happening. Not happening. To see what he's done in just a year, I am incredibly excited for what's to come. I have no idea, you know. So be sure to subscribe. Keep following the story. But yeah, to all my students that are watching this, I love you guys so much. You guys are the best. Thank you for all of the memories you've given me. Thank you for all of the crazy things you've done on camera. Thank you for your hours that you've put in, for helping me set up, tear down. Thank you for your creative ideas, your inputs. I want to say thank you to the parents. Thank you for lending your kids just to come and do crazy stuff, for letting them spend, you know, long hours doing this kind of thing. I want to say thank you to Scott. Thank you for just always being there and just being willing to follow the vision and being so supportive of all this. I want to say thank you to all the leaders, East and West Campus, all of Remnant. Thank you for just all the work that you've put into it also. I want to say thank you to Pastor Troy and Pastor Robert for all the support and just freedom that you've given us to kind of do what God has called us to do. And to anyone else I missed, thank you. I appreciate it. And I hope this was encouraging to you. I hope you enjoyed seeing the story unfold to this point. And I hope that you will subscribe and continue to follow the story. Oh, by the way, 500 sub video coming out soon. So look forward to that. It's gonna be crazy. Lots more planned for the rest of November and December. All right, see you guys.